Hizo tus esteros i båda ori ton alikliston podon to sonon arakoluthi aristitoni toron i de hieros vitus tolmondas efcardios proskopin ton svon potmon spem fixilionis quandos elove mironas ossissem is atrapos nonimus anapalinis toparestion salpos metemion pro el lumen prosma shometha ipomelan waranu methi efnu shonomatom athei anapneumen esmentes iris mi metaxiton deron dendron oclis meies inonde zomen el pisondes spem fixilionis quandos elove mironas ossissem is atrapos nonimus anapalinis toparestiam talpos.
Yo, what up? Welcome back, everybody. How are we doing? Good to see you all again. Pleasure to have y'all back. Getting ready to get down on some lovely Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic today. Knights of the Republic 2 with a little short stream. I hope you've been having a good day for yourselves. Good morning, afternoon, night. Sorry I've been gone for a little bit here because we've been having family visit again. So we're gonna have ourselves a little toke session. Okie dokie. Cheers, everyone. Bum 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 bum. Give me 1 second here, sir. Responding to a message. Boom, boom. Yo, what's up, Glizzy? What up? How's it going, man? We playing some Code 2. I saw, but I was in a conversation. Oh, no, yeah, we're good. Yeah, we're going to be jumping on in a minute here. Just having a little talk before we do. How you doing today? Where is it? What have you been up to today, Glizzy? I'll try and go watch the VOD after this because I want to see everything. Well, if you're able to stick around for a couple hours or so, or an hour or so, we're not going to be on for that long today. So. What the fuck is that? Also, are we at the attack on Telos? No. We just left, Narshada. Heard Casey Hudson's heading the development of Photar. It's going to be so good. Yeah, he's going to be in charge of making the story for it, so I'm happy to hear that. Because he was directly involved with the original Kotars and also with Mass Effect. What are you up to? What have you been up to lately? Not that far. We just finished the first planet after leaving Telos or whatever. We went to Nar Shaddaa after leaving Telos, and we just finished up on Nar Shaddaa at the end of the last stream. All right. Feeling pretty good now, so let's get into the game. 'Tis time to play. Switch it over to Kotar 2 on TikTok real quick here, because we were last playing on Lima Island with Ashlyn. That's fixed here. There we go. Alright, so we came back to Telos real quick to turn in the tasks of finding the fuel and everything that we needed for helping Telos out. Now we finally got into the Batu Ram mission, so I'm just going to figure that out real quick while we're here. Batono is finished. So, Algran's friend Batono's vanished. Used to oversee Zerka docking operations and testify. Looked to CSD guards at the nearby Zerka docking bay, but wasn't able to learn anything. Let's go to the docking bay then. You'll pretty much get all the controls from every encounter that you get from HK units, which you'll get a lot of them on Nar Shaddaa, so I definitely recommend getting that planet done first after leaving Telos the first time. That way you can get HK unlocked sooner in your gameplay rather than later. It's not so much of doing light side choices and dark side choices, because she'll definitely voice against you for certain dark side choices as well. It's just more so she wants you to be more independent. She wants you to not be so charitable. She thinks that helping people is robbing them of their natural development to overcome said challenges and therefore becoming the best versions of themselves. So she thinks that it's actually, in her belief, she thinks that it's a very selfish stance on you wanting to try and be everybody's savior and helper, which naturally within the game's parameters is going to make you get a lot of light side choices. Because helping people is a Jedi type of notion, which is one of the things she does not like about the Jedi. Because she thinks that people need to figure shit out for themselves. She doesn't think that people should need to suffer or fail, even though naturally they're going to suffer and fail more without help. She just thinks that, you know, everybody needs to be their best version of themselves, and that means figuring shit out for yourself. And if you're going around doing everybody favors, sometimes it may... And one good example that she uses from that is when you come to Nar Shaddaa, and you're giving some of the beggars some money in the very beginning when you're getting off the landing dock, and you try to argue with her about that, saying like, he needed help, I gave him some help, and then she's like, yeah, but look into your vision and seeing what's going to happen to him now. You gave that poor beggar money, and now somebody else is going to steal it from him and fucking kill him over it. So did you really help him in the end? Or did you end up just setting up his demise? And to be honest, yeah, it made a valid point. Yeah, if you didn't give him money, he wouldn't have been like, because there was other beggars who saw him getting money from you, and they followed him, and then they fucking killed him. But like, was it really a good idea to help him right there? Because you practically caused his death. And so she tries to use it as an argument point of like, it's not your job to save everybody. It's not your job to help everybody. Let them figure it out for themselves. Let them fucking fend for themselves. So that way, when they try to reach their fullest potential, they have gotten there naturally themselves. Because you doing it for them is going to make them practically use you as a crutch. And that doesn't help anybody at the end of the day. And, you know, she's just a very cynical person. That's the thing. She's a very cynical person that... So, unfortunately, with how a lot of people are, they look at cynical, you know, being cynical as a dark side notion, even though sometimes it's not necessarily a dark side notion. Well, I'm looking for a man named Batono. Doesn't sound familiar. Your best bet is to direct your inquiry to Channel Orso. Find her at the Zerka offices at Residential Module 081. You don't know, but he oversaw these docks. Look, I'm paid to guard this docking bay, not answer your questions. Inquiries can be made directed at the branch's executive order. Zerka employee, then you do know Batono. You must be mistaken. Please move along. You can tell me what you know, or I can hurt you, and then you will tell me what you know. Ooh, that's a dark side notion. I mean, I'm full light side, so I guess I can afford some dark side points. Alright. I know that he worked for Zerka, but that's all. You have to believe me. Talk to Orso if anyone knows more of her. I'll definitely get more light side opportunities to max it back out again. Yeah, so we gotta go to the Zerka offices. Well, that's the thing. She wasn't... You gotta remember, she was a Sith Lord. She started as a Jedi, and because of how the Council treated Revan and all the Jedi who left with him, she thinks that it was an ultimate failure for Revan to leave and try to help the Republic the way that he did. Because she thinks that the Republic should have just deserved its fate. Naturally, they were going to be defeated because the strong deserve to survive. But then how hypocritical the Jedi Council became, and then like them exiling Revan and all that stuff, like she took it upon herself as the ultimate failure, and so she left the Jedi. Then she became a Sith Lord shortly after the time of when Revan disappeared, and she raised up Sion and Nihilus, and so she gave into her darker instincts and turned them into Sith Lords and started the Sith Academy with the branches and remnants that were left after the Sith were defeated at the end of KOTOR 1. She pretty much picked up the slack where Revan left off when he left to go into unknown space to find the Sith Emperor and all that shit. But then Nihilus and Sion betrayed her. And because she felt betrayed by both light and dark, that's why she then became Kreia. And she decided to try and take revenge upon the Force itself. So now she looks at the Jedi and the Sith as a means to an end. She doesn't have any loyalty personally towards any of them. It's just unfortunately, whenever it comes down to it, depending on what your playthrough is, on KOTOR 2, of whether you decide to help the Jedi rebuild the Council or kill them all, she looks at that as a failure once again with you, and then she decides to go rejoin the Sith to use them to try and execute her goal at striking at the Force itself and hurting it. So if that means having to become a Sith Lord again, then do so. So like, her stance on how she is as a Force-sensitive being is interesting, because she has no undying loyalty to either side anymore. She'll just use them to accomplish her goals, and she wants to just strike at the Force itself.
I simply do not have time for you. My hands are full with trying to manage the restoration project without the aid of a droid intelligence, which you so... If there is...
Does the name Batono mean anything to you?
Batono? Of course. He was one of our former employees. Let me tell you something. There are far too many like him. Do-gooders who believe that because of the things Zerka must do to remain successful and profitable, we must be evil. They do not see the impracticality of their beliefs. They do not understand the realities of the galaxy. If certain funds must be paid, then Zerka will gladly pay. If competitors removed, then Zerka will do its part to forward progress. Batono could not see this. Before leaving our employ, he stole many of our records, then began to stalk our movements on the station. Harassment, but conveniently overlooked, sanctioned perhaps, by the Telosian authorities.
Well, he's gone missing, so do you have any idea where he might have gone?
I'm curious, though, as to why you are looking for him.
Well, my reasons are my own.
I see. Well, I suspect he's putting his nose into something or another. People like him can't mind their own business, always needing to pry into matters that don't concern them. I do know he spent some time in the company of the Ithorians. I assumed that was the reason for his efforts, that he thought by inventing stories of Zerka's evil, he could put Chodo Habat and his incapable assistants in charge. But if you are searching for him, and find him, there would be a reward for any information of his whereabouts.
A reward, huh?
I would be happy to have him out of Zerka's hair. He's been hard to track down. So yes, a reward would be offered.
Why, so you could silence him?
Silence his lies and fabricated untruths. His slanderous accusations are a needless trouble atop a great many troubles this planet faces.
So how can you convince him to abandon his investigation
If
then?
credits are what he wants, then Zerka will pay him for an easy settlement of this situation. Otherwise, Zerka will be forced into a lengthy petition process with the Telosian Council.
Well, if I find no truth to his accusations, then perhaps I will tell you.
If your conscience demands it, then by all means. Just remember, a reward is waiting for you.
Well... General also claimed that Paterno often spent time in the company of the Ithorians on station. She also mentioned that she would be willing to reward anyone with information as to his current whereabouts. So let's go talk to the Ithorians then. Ultimately, it leads to the same ending with what she tries to do. It's just for her reasons of doing it changes slightly depending on what your choices are. But she'll always go back to Malachor and rejoin up with Scion to retake the Sith Academy and him as her apprentice again. Because one, she'll either think you're dead if you go down the light side path, because the Jedi Council tries to kill you and strip you of your power again, even after everything you fucking do for them. So then she wants to take on revenge upon herself, but she's now on a warpath. And then when you try to go and tell her, like, don't do this, she's like, no, this is what I was always meant to do anyways. You've given me my purpose again, all that kind of stuff to strike at the Force because, you know, it will never, we can never trust it, and you have to stop her. Or you go down the dark side path and you kill all the Jedi, and then she thinks that you're another lost cause, just like how Scion and Nihilus were, and that you failed her because you've given into your own selfish and you know, malicious ways of being truly evil, and that's not what she wanted for you either. You've returned. Yeah, I need to talk to your leader. You think about a man named Paterno? Paterno, I'm sorry to admit that the name is unfamiliar to me. Must admit, I have little interaction with the other residents of this area, however. Are you sure? Because Lorsa mentioned that he spent time here in the compound. It would not be the first time Lorsa was making that share. I've never known a man named Paterno to spend time in our company. I'm looking for him on behalf of Lieutenant Gren. If I could locate him, it might prove the end of Zerka. I believe what you say is true, and it glads me to hear that Lieutenant Gren is searching for him. Sorry that I've spoken truth to you before, Mitra. Indeed, I do know of him, and I know where he can be found. But even so, you must promise me that you will tell no one about this, not even Lieutenant Gren, without Paterno's permission. I give you my word. Very good. See, Paterno came to us for protection, and we found him in an apartment where he could hide. Our security technicians sure that he would not be found. You'll find him in apartment C1 in the eastern portion of the residential module. I will give you the passkey to enter. Give him my apologies for revealing his hiding place and my explanations. I hope he will not be too angry. Well, I'll go now. So Eastern Apartment C1. Maybe along the right side.
What the? You're not CSD. What are you doing here?
CSD.
Circa Security Division. They've been known to break into apartments from time to time. Think they're above the law, you know how Zerka is. But I'm still curious why you're barging in here. Does a locked door mean nothing to you?
Well, I'm just looking around.
Just looking around? In another man's apartment? You're either very crazy or very dumb. Just...
Well, Paterno.
You again?
You're Paterno, right?
What? No, you must be mistaken. You're probably looking for a previous tenant or a neighbor.
Look, Lieutenant Gren just sent me to look for you.
Dole sent you. Can't say I'm surprised. He was the one who wanted me to come forward in the first place.
Well, it's the right thing to do, man. You gotta do it.
Easy to say that, but you're not the one Zerka will send its assassins after.
If it's your safety you're worried about, you shouldn't. After Zerkut's exposed, they won't dare move against you.
Sure, but everything takes time. Testifying before the council's deliberation, time that Zerka could use to rub me out.
Well, PFSA can keep you safe better than you can, and they could put you under its protection.
You might be right. I don't think Zerka has gone so far that it's willing to openly clash with the TSF. But Zerka has eyes everywhere. I'm not even sure I can leave this apartment safely.
Look, I can protect you then.
You? Look, I'm sure you can handle yourself, but I think this might be a little out of your league.
Well, I was a Jedi. I will see you safely to the TSF office.
A Jedi? Jedi or no, Gren wouldn't have sent you if he didn't think you could get the job done. All right, fine, but we need to get moving.
All right, come with me.
Lead the way, I'll
What do we have here? Paterno, if I'm not mistaken. You've been a hard man to track down.
Who are you?
It doesn't matter who I am. It's you we've all been looking for. Executive Lawso sent me to take care of some unfinished business.
Loso isn't taking Paterno anywhere.
That's fine. We weren't planning on taking him anywhere anyways.
Oh, joy.
Target.
That was a close one. We need to keep moving. Let's leave this mess for the TSF guards to sort out.
Just give me 1 second here, guys. Also, another news, I bought a PlayStation 2 today. Got one back again, and emerald colored, like actual like analog stick PS2 controller, a traditional one. Pretty cool. Got a few games for it too, so we can do some nostalgic playthroughs eventually. Some older games. Got some Medal of Honor games for it, and like Rising Sun, Frontlines, Vanguard. Got Star Wars Jedi Starfighter. And what else did I get? A couple of other games. Then I bought some games for my Xbox 360, which I also have. And like Army of Two, Gears of War 2 and 3. That way we can like stream Gears of War eventually, because I know D-Day is planning to come out in the next year or so. Also, thank you very much for the $10 donation. I don't know how to read your name. It's like in Japanese letters, but thank you very much. I appreciate that.
I have to hand it to you. I'm damned impressed. Not only did you find Batono, you convinced him to testify against Zerka to the council. And believe me, that's no small feat, considering I think Batono is as stubborn as ever.
You don't sound happy to see me, Gren.
I hate to interrupt this reunion, but if there's nothing else, I should... What about my reward?
Of course, I'm sure you have other things to be doing. The bounty is yours for finding Batono, and a bonus for bringing him back as well.
I don't have anything for you, but thanks for saving my life. I'll try and return the favor someday.
We got some life side points gained again. Now, it gave us a bonus mission for the false Batu. Lieutenant Gren informed you that the assassin disguised as him arrived on the Citadel Station via Docking Bay 3. So we gotta go to the Docking Bay and figure out who sent the assassin after me. Let's take me to the shuttle docks.
Kawana bota yuta tanga kinamatura. Tayaita ta.
What about this dude? Like some information about a passenger that came through here. But I can't release that data to you. The confidentiality of travelers who come through our bay is one of the primary concerns. Don't worry, I'll be screwed with your inquiries. The killer's dead anyways. Perhaps even so, it would incur some expense for me to find the information you seek. But how much? Only 25 credits. Sure. Note to pass through manifest. Batu Rem. Snark scheduled return on a shell that already departed. All the information I have in our business, the less information we gather, the less we give out. Okay. You discovered the assassin who, disguised as Batu, tried to kill you when the TSF station came to Citadel Station by the way of Nar Shaddaa. Okay, so... do we just follow the trail to Nar Shaddaa then? Sorry for the wait, guys. Just give me 1 second here. Trying to find something real quick. Okay.
So you've returned.
No, I guess we have to just return back to the ship entirely. So I guess we go back to Nar Shaddaa. Trace down the source. This is what would have been good if we would have done this quest before we left to it initially. We wouldn't have to do as much back and forth traveling. I forget how the fuck to get back to my ship. Is it in the other location over here? We're gonna be hitting up Dantooine next. Should allow me to get some influence points built up with Beodor so I can turn him into a Jedi as well. Where do I go to fucking leave on my ship? I forget where, like, my ship is parked at. Oh, it's the first shuttle bay in the shuttle docks. Duh. I'm stupid. Yeah. No, it's at the entertainment module before you get to the TSF. Oh, okay, right here then.
What do you mean, Pazak? What, again? This is Ronto Scrag. What house rule says I have to go first? Yeah, well, I'm still not convinced you aren't cheating.
Warning, if you draw another ±1 card, I will enact assassination protocols.
This droid is cleaning me out.
Oh. What do you guys playing?
Pazak. Well, I'm playing. It's cheating. Whatever, cheater.
Aww. Well, can I play?
Sure, but I don't have any more credits to bet, so it's Republic Senate rules.
Which is?
That's where we waste a lot of time trading cards and trying to win. But ultimately our decisions are of no consequence. It's like stalemate, except the goal is to pass the time until the audience gets bored and leaves.
Well, deal me in. I'll stand.
HK-47. I did not realize that you still existed, especially now that the other generations are activated.
Query, what is it you wish, Fat One?
I see that your recent reassembly has not affected your behavior core, nor your attitude.
Statement. If I require a similar diagnostic in the future, I shall seek out the Iridonian.
Oh, I do not think so. There is much work that needs to be done first.
Query, have we had the misfortune to meet before? I believe I would have remembered one as large as you.
Oh, yes, we have met. And I have not finished with you yet.
Uh-oh.
Statement. My memory core has suffered some damage. Statement. Yet somehow, a gap in my circuits makes me feel as if I should remember you. Statement. This is all the more important since during my routine inspection of all potential escape routes from this vessel, I made an interesting discovery. Observation. The navicomputer is voice-locked. As a consequence, you are now responsible for course corrections and astrogation. Statement. That is indeed a great burden. It also raises many questions. Query. Why would someone lock the navicomputer? Answer. Presumably to hide where one has been. Statement. I believe you've been somewhere. Somewhere you wish to keep hidden.
Alright, let's upgrade Atten's lightsaber.
Yes, General? Sorry, General.
Statement. You seem disposed to help
Abigail, how's it going?
not harming them.
How you
as
doing?
I've come to expect and anticipate from organic meat bags across the galaxy.
Good to see you again. Welcome back. How has life been treating you? Pleased to see you again. Why are you studying me for vulnerabilities?
Statement. Master, it is nothing personal, but professional pride dictates that I keep
Going
a
good,
running tally
working
on
hard and
any
getting
potential
money.
weaknesses in my masters.
Hey.
And of course, the weaknesses
Stacking
of
up
any
that dough?
sentient meat bags, droids, or
It's
other
never to go
targets
out and
who
get
are in
yourself something
service to
nice,
my
or
master.
maybe you and your significant other can go take a little mini vacation some point this year, or go out to some nice dinners or something, Oh, and what are you doing this for? To protect me?
Hypothetical. Master, it is entirely possible that one day you may no longer be my master, and that my new master might get jealous of our prior relationship. It has happened before. As a result, I have a responsibility to know your weaknesses should I be required to assassinate you.
Well, you don't have to call me master.
Statement.
And you're about to get a new place.
I'm aware of that, Master.
Oh.
I simply use it to give you
Nice,
the
nice.
illusion
Got
of
more
control
space.
and obedience.
You'll be able to set up a nice little game
Humans
room for
often need
yourself.
such comforts until the end comes.
What do you mean, the end?
Consolation, Master. Everyone dies eventually, and not all of them by my hand. Even droids die when not routinely maintained, sadly enough.
Well, until you do answer to me.
Statement. Of course I do, Master.
Yeah, it's gotta put down 4,000.
Until the
And yes,
end.
it's gonna be like a house or like a big house. 4,000 down payment. That's a lot. Jesus. But you know what? It'll be an improvement for you. You'll get yourself a nicer place for you and your loved ones, and then you all can enjoy the more space, more comfort. Yeah, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Nice.
Something up?
Want to teach you some techniques I've learned from my travels.
Well, you've got that look in your eye, so who am I to argue? All right, I think I've got it. I'll try to practice it when I get the chance.
Teach Dad more moves. I go back to Nar Shaddaa. Look so excited, to be honest. That's good. Maybe you and I can hang out sometime and play some games or something, I'm down. I just got everything straightened out and we can squat up. I'd love that. What games do you get down on? I'm sure I probably have them, so it'll be easier for you just tell me what you play. It's a mod that's fucking up with another mod, Lizzie, so, but it's whatever. I'm not really concerned about it. Take my droid boys with me.
Haven't heard anything more yet.
Rainbow Six and trying to get into other games. I used to play Rainbow Six. If you end up getting a computer, you really like Tarkov if you like Rainbow Six. Plus, there needs to be more girls playing Tarkov. Just nothing but sausage fest. One under the sun, thank you very much for the likes. Yeah, if you end up getting into the other games, just let me know. I would play Rainbow Six, but like, I just Tarkov is kind of, for being that genre of a shooter type of style game, I'd just rather play Tarkov, honestly. That's why I think you'd really like it. Alrighty. Let me see where this is at. I need to know where we have to go for this next part of the task. Boss Batu bonus mission. For Kotar 2. That's the circa. It's not a multi-planet quest. Go to the tweak, let's out docking bay 3, ask about Batu, or maybe it was Duros the desk. Ask either one if the question about Batu pops up, then once you get the info, go to the Grand and tell him. I went to Grand and told him, but he didn't fucking say anything, so what the fuck? He didn't give me any extra options to say anything. But pretty much that's like the end of the quest then. I came here for no reason. What other kind of games do you like to play? Or Abigail, or what's your, I don't know, what type of genres do you enjoy? Oh, okay, then. No worries. You have a good night. I'll hop off for the night. I have an early shift tomorrow, so you have a good one. Alrighty, I hope you have a good sleep, a good rest, and I'll talk to you again next time.
Got a minute?
Any and everything.
I'm a little busy here.
Oh, okay.
What is it?
Won't take more than a minute.
When we play together.
All right, I'll work. While you talk.
I look forward to it, though.
Look,
you
your
have a good
friend,
night, okay?
the Jedi, you know her from way back, don't you? How much do you know about her, really?
Her? You mean the general? Yeah, during the war. If that's what you mean by way back. Can't say I know too much about her, though.
Better than anyone else on this ship. Just give me your opinion, okay? And don't laugh.
I'm trying to work here, Atten.
I was just wondering if you thought maybe she and I might...
You're being serious.
You said you wouldn't laugh.
You are being serious. Atten, she was a general. I was just a tech. Your guess is about as good as mine.
Well, what's your guess, then?
I'm getting back to work.
Hey! I'm being serious here. You're laughing at me? I'll put you on the scrap heap, you walking tin can.
It might be helpful if I made some changes to my remote's maintenance laser to do spot repairs.
That would be a welcome improvement. My combat effectiveness could be better sustained, providing an advantageous arrangement. And my miniature counterpart would finally be able to pull his weight in a fight.
Okay. Don't worry, G. Godo's just jealous that you got all the security circuitry packed in such a small shell.
All right then. I'll work on it when we get back to the Hawk. There. You should be able to do some quick fixes. You won't be able to perform serious repairs, but you should be able to patch up any broken droids. You know, I think it's time I gave your cutting laser a little boost. It works fine for repairs, but we could use your help in a firefight. Don't worry about it. We'll make sure they keep you out of their scopes. Hey, it's something for Goto to be jealous of, right? Think of it this way. You can keep Goto in line with it. I don't understand why you won't let me take a look.
Statement. I've had quite enough tampering at the hands of unskilled meatbags such as yourself. I'm not eager to submit to this treatment now or in the future.
Unskilled meatbag? I'll show you unskilled.
Appeasement. I did not mean to imply that you were an unskilled meatbag, as incapable of performing rudimentary repairs as holding a hydrospanner. It is only that I am quite particular with my repairs. Perhaps when I am more confident in your abilities, I will allow you to examine my internal components.
Iridonian, if I might have a moment.
What is it, Goto?
I have spent some time in the presence of your remote, and the upgrades you have performed on him are quite adequate. I am impressed with your work, though less so with your remote itself.
What's wrong with my remote?
I find his use of resources, energy spent on frivolous things, to be an unsightly waste. But it is obvious you have some skill, however slight, in the upgrading of machines. I want you to provide me with similar upgrades.
I should be able to do something. I will see what I can do next time I have a free moment.
Damn it, come on. Okay,
Yes, General?
nothing for him. Alright, let's go to Dantooine then. We talk to everybody for a little bit.
Is there something?
Considering I saved you, you could be more grateful.
The fact we are even having a conversation is gratitude. Usually, my conversations do not have the give and take that our current interaction does. And of course, there is much more screaming on the part of the listener when the torture field is activated.
Well, you wanted me to save the Republic, so how is that even possible?
There are several factors, all of which affect each other. There is the stabilization of Dantooine, the preservation of the restoration efforts on Telos, the political resolution on Onderon, and the unification of a religious power base in the galaxy, either Jedi or Sith.
Well, is there anything you can do to help these systems and their people, either with information or resources?
The destruction of my yacht and of all my activities on Nar Shaddaa carry a cost that would take you several lifetimes to pay back. But perhaps the offer of credits will spur you to act quicker, more decisively. I am not unsympathetic to such greed. For every system you stabilize, I will reward you for your efforts.
I don't want a reward. Helping those people in those systems is enough.
Compassion and mercy only erode respect and power.
Well, just tell me what needs to be done.
There is the stabilization of Dantooine, the preservation of the restoration efforts on Telos, the political resolution on Onderon, and the unification of a religious power base in the galaxy, either Jedi or Sith.
Dantooine.
Dantooine is a vital resupply point for the Republic. If its stability is compromised, then the Republic will lose control over many outlying worlds, and they will become a haven for raiders and smugglers. The economic loss from such outer worlds is greater than the Republic is aware of. If the matter is not corrected, then it shall fall.
What, Onderon?
Onderon is an outer rim world, rich in ecological resources. Its aggressive ecology is capable of bringing devastated worlds back to life. It is currently experiencing a political schism split between two forces. One must triumph for the planet to be stabilized.
What about restoration efforts of Telos?
Telos is instrumental to the stability of the Republic. Its success or failure will dictate the economic forecasts of many other worlds. Of course, since the destruction of the Paragas facility, the odds of the Telos restoration project being successfully completed is close to zero.
Well, wasn't my fault.
Of course it was. If you had not gone there, the facility would not have been destroyed. If you had simply surrendered to the Sith, then all of that violence would have been unnecessary.
Well, that wasn't an option either.
I hope you do not decide that the next thing that must be destroyed to stop the Sith is the galaxy itself. Perhaps one must ask themselves at what point defending your religious ideals is advantageous to the Republic as a whole. As long as your defense does not exterminate more than 50% of those you intend to help, is that acceptable?
Well, what about the situation Onderon then?
Onderon is an outer rim world, rich in ecological resources. Its aggressive ecology is capable of bringing devastated worlds back to life. It is currently experiencing a political schism split between two forces. One must triumph for the planet to be stabilized.
Well, so where's your new base of operations then?
Now, that would be telling. For now, my presence must remain a secret, and it may remain that way forever.
are here. You felt it, did you not?
Yeah, it was a sound like power.
The time to hide your presence is coming to a close, and you will need to increase your training. You are ready. Your training must increase, and there are higher mysteries you must learn. But only you must know the path you will take. I cannot choose it for you. Is it battle that stirs you? To meet an enemy blade upon blade? Such is the way of the greatest of Jedi warriors, the weapon masters. Or perhaps it is investigating the mysteries of the galaxy, seeking out injustice and harm, and bringing it into the light. Such is the way of the Jedi Watchman in the time of Ulic Qel-Droma and Exar Kun. Or perhaps your way lies upon the ancient mysteries, and to teach others the ways of the Force, as I have, the way of the Jedi Masters.
Training and learning the ways of the Force as a Jedi Master.
It is not some great test you require to be what you strive to be. It is only your decision to find that path that matters. From here on, you guide your destiny. But in order to take the next steps, you must face your past and put it to rest.
You become a prestige class, taking your first steps to learning the higher mysteries of the Force. Inspire followers. Alright, let me see who we should take with, Yoda Coma. So Aden's already a Jedi, so I want to start turning the rest of my teammates into Jedis as well.
You'll find little welcome here, Jedi. For your own good, I recommend you speak to Administrator Adari, quickly finish your business in Kunda, and go.
Hmm. Okay. Could you please answer some of my questions first?
I will answer your questions.
So who is Minister Adair?
She was the agricultural administrator of Dantooine. After the Sith attack, she kept us together. Without her, the only thing you'd see around here are mercenaries.
So why are there so many mercenaries here?
We had problems with Mandalorian mercenaries even before the Jedi Civil War. The Jedi helped clear most of the problem up, but after the war, many soldiers from both sides of the conflict became mercenaries. And since we're so far from the core, some started gathering here.
So have the mercenaries caused problems?
The difference between an out-of-work mercenary and a raider is a Vibra-Blade's edge. The only thing we can prove they've done is intimidate a few farmers. The farmers give them goods, money, or food just to stay on their good side. The only one that isn't scared of them is the administrator. There have also been a lot of disappearances recently, and not all of them can be blamed on Kath hounds. But nobody can prove the mercenaries are responsible.
Alright, so who has disappeared?
A farmer here and there, or a family. We lost enough people during the war that keeping the Kath hound and Kinrath populations under control hasn't been possible. So there are a lot of animal attacks. Some deaths, too. The disappearances might be just coincidence, but a lot of the stubborn folks seem to be more accident-prone.
Where's Kunda now?
Kunda is the big building just outside the landing port. It used to be the estate of a man named Matali, but he and his family disappeared around the time of the bombardment. The administrator rebuilt it, and now this is our center of government.
So this is your center of government?
I know it doesn't look like much, but there aren't many settlers that live on this planet. This building is the start of something new for us. We're very proud of it.
Well, I'd be more impressed if there weren't so many holes.
We're working on it. Is there anything else you'd want to talk about?
I'll be going now.
Just head into the building and you'll find your way to the administrator. I'll be over by the entrance if you need anything else.
Let's go.
Man, Gabe's your lightsaber.
Jedi. I've got to tell the others.
What do you have against Jedi?
Ah, leave me be, Jedi.
Okay. You revealed yourself as a Jedi to the wrong person. This may complicate your efforts on Dantooine. Uh-oh. This is Kunda. New faces arrive all the time. It is sad that all too often turbulence try to bring the humans here. I'm Pato Ado, an ecologist and xenobiologist. I await transport off this planet to rejoin my herd. So much of this planet, but I'm anxious to depart. So, why are you exploring the Tatooine? I was sent to catalog the natural resources of this planet, but even nature is troubled here. The ecosphere's balance has been lost. Without correction, the planet will falter in time. Well, how did the planet lose its balance? I understand your question correctly, then it's difficult to answer. The ecosphere forces are hard to disrupt, but
I've been dealing
sentience...
with that problem for years. The Ithorians are justifiably renowned for their ability to stabilize ecospheres, but some things are beyond even their skills.
Apologize, Pixie made to be the real problem, but who can say something might be causing the mysterious behavior of the Kinrath. So why are you anxious to leave? The way for my herd ship has been long. I'm eager to return to Telos. I must find a way to pass the time. I've taken up curious recreation known as Pazak. Much time has passed and I made friends, but now humans here no longer play with me. I didn't completely understand. When I was learning they were eager to play for small months grass, now that I enjoy another game, no one will play. I even offered to wager rare components useful in the making of armor. After a short time, even that wasn't enough. I'll make some time to pass game. Can I play for the armor components? You are? It's good to hear. Unfortunately, I saved my armor for special games maps after a few hands. I have many credits. You play for 250 a game. Let's go. Of course he fucking wins. And Manigani, I still don't know how to play this game. Pazak is kind of like blackjack. You want to try and get as close of a hand to 20 as possible. If you go over it, then you lose. If you stay where you're at under it, you want to try and make sure you get the higher score than your opponent. So if they get closer to 20 than you do, then they're going to win. But you have your own personal cards that can help influence the end score. Plus and minuses and whatnot. So that way you can try and like get the upper hand and advantage on them. Yo. NG man, how you doing, dude? And cheers, dude. Or NGR man, there you go. He's gonna get me. Damn, I didn't mean to stand twice. Damn. Oops. Didn't mean to go back that far. Damn, he beat me. So I think we're going to have to get ready to wrap it up here soon, folks. So just as a heads up. No, stand. You're going to be hopping on Tarkov? No, we aren't playing Tarkov for this month. We're celebrating Star Wars month. So if you want to see Tarkov, you'll have to come back in June. We'll be doing it on Tuesdays and Thursdays during that month. Yeah, I was talking to a family member of mine coming in. That's why I muted my mic for a second there. Good. Stand at 19. Play it safe and just stand. And Darth Vitiate? Thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. What a modder. He affords 750 credits a hand. Go. Be cool if I had a Mandalorian helmet. I do not, though, sadly. But I do have the Sith Acolyte masks from the Old Republic era. This one. And it's colored and everything, too. I have a Master Chief helmet, though, and I have a War Machine helmet, which is pretty cool. Damn. All that for nothing. Well, this is actually cool. Oh, I'm gonna start a Star Wars collection too. Hell yeah, bro. I hope you find everything and anything you need. Be very, very cool. Well, I think that'll be it for me. Fellow traveler, are you far from your homeworld as well? I'm a curious Celestian starfarer and honest trader. What do you sell? See what you got. Here's an HK chassis.
Sorry, this door is blocked off.
Okay.
You'll find little welcome here, Jedi. For your own good, I recommend you speak to Administrator Adari, quickly finish your business in Kunda, and go.
I think Tarn has finally cracked, running around like a madman, raving that he was being chased by a Jedi.
Oh, Tarn is an idiot, to be sure. But he seemed genuinely frightened, and perhaps he did see something.
Do you actually believe a Jedi would return here? After all they've done to us? They wouldn't dare.
They certainly would. You remember how they were. Always so superior, so arrogant, and never lending a hand when we really needed them.
I still don't believe it.
You should. My cousin's friend, he used to tend the gardens around the Enclave. He swears he saw a Jedi in Kunda. Could be hiding anywhere.
Well, I hope it's true. I hear there's a bounty on them, and we could certainly use the money.
Unless somebody beats you to it.
Alright, my friends, we're going to have to save it here. I want to thank you all again for coming in, hanging out. It's been a pleasure. Sorry we had to do a little short stream today, but I had a good time while we were getting through some couple tasks and whatnot for KOTOR 2 today. I'll try to get back on in a couple days if I can, but if not, then you'll see me again at the very latest on Saturday. So until then, stay safe and enjoy yourselves. Until next time.